Matthew, as always, thank you very much for availing us of your time on this special day. And Stockbridge is a horse belonging to a group of very patient people that now eventually get to see the VAR run.
Yeah, it's actually been a little bit of a side joke that the horse has taken so long to get to the course, but you're right, they've been very patient, and thank you to them for that. He obviously wouldn't have been patient if he didn't show us something, which he has. So we've had to be a little soft on him though, to make sure that he's sound and happy to get to the course. So he's got scope for improvement, but I wouldn't be surprised to see him run a half-decent race.
We have it on good authority that this horse was named after you, and there was a lot to like about the way he debuted, with the winner subsequently having come out and won.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad debut, Andy. He was a bit of a problematic horse to start with. Bit of a tricky temperament. Then he got a knee chip, which fortunately is resolved. It wasn't a big chip, and he's recovered well from that. So hence the late start. But I liked the way he ran. He ran a good race. The winner won well and franked the form in the week, which was obviously encouraging. I just worry there wasn't really a great deal of horse behind him, and I think he'll need to improve from that. Hopefully the ordinary natural improvement will help, but I think it's an open race, and it looks to me 3 or 4 horses in that race could win it.
What can you tell us about Inguin?
Yeah, she ran a nice first run, and then the second run was a little disappointing, although in wet going. She's definitely better than that run. Her work is decent, and I don't think that she can be excluded on her work.
You've been terrifically successful with Sabina Park, with Master Sabina. What can you tell us about Miss Sabina in the second?
I thought she had a nice debut. Not a big filly, and she's growing all the while, so we gave her a lot of time. Fourth in her debut, running on 11.60. It's a nice start. I must have entered her 50 times subsequently and never ever drew in single figures. It was just ridiculous, the draws, and you're obviously looking for a mile, and you would like a nice draw, but she was drawing in the 40s. It was just totally absurd. Finally, desperation really, 1400. I thought, well, maybe we'll get away with it, because she did draw decently there, and well, we're trying, I mean, she is a smart filly in the making, probably going to run 2.4 in time. She'll have a definite chance.
He got a nice little break before Noble Secret has certainly found his voice in no uncertain terms. He's got the right trip, and he does have to give a lot of weight, and it's quite a competitive lineup, even though it's small. Yeah,
he's the class horse of the race, so I think the weight is there for a reason, obviously. He's coming to race fit and happy again. His last one was really impressive, and it was more of the potential that he has. We're really happy with him. Like I said, he's got a small field, and I think he'll be right there again.
One of my favourite horses in your yard is a horse that's shown himself to be particularly effective over more ground. He takes on a horse that won terrifically impressive last time in Noble Secret, and of course Sean Terry's horse Wondrous Climb has also found his voice and goes for a 5-timer. So you're up against it, but I presume you've got bigger fish to fry as well.
Yeah, this race is a stepping stone. Obviously, you'd like to go for the Caradoc and then to Gold Bowl. He's fit, but he's not like primed to the minute, but he's fit to race, and he's such an honest little guy. He's always going to do his best. But I think he'll probably run into the places. I'm sure he will. I think Sean's horse is looking at the moment like possibly the one to beat, if not the top weight. So I don't think it's an easy race by any means. He's had a little bit of a layoff, but like I say, he's fit coming into this race. He'll be fit but fresh. Come out of it hopefully a properly fit horse. Ready for the 2.850 and the 3.2. That's where we're looking.
Sunshine Silk gets back to the trip that she has shown herself to be particularly effective over.
Yeah, I think she's good around this trip. Stand side track better for her, and I think it's a good race for her. I'd say she's been unlucky. I mean, she's just been unlucky in as much as she's found horses that have got like paperweights to beat her when she's lumping 60. So it's been frustrating, but I think she can put a string of places behind her and hopefully follow up and win, because she shows us all the ability at home, and she stays very well. She's very professional, so I'm really hoping she can do it tomorrow.
I know that this horse is quite close to your heart, Puget Sound. Just look at the cap. And, of course, the Dazzler, who's laden with consistency.
Yeah, Puget Sound comes off a rest. The rest has done him really well. He's matured nicely. He looks great. It's a tough race to be having your comeback run in. It's very competitive, but he's honest and had a lot of work. And the Dazzler stepping up in class. He's dropping in distance, but he seems to have a very good turn of foot. I don't think he's going to battle in this division. I think he's a handicapper, and I think they both got each way chances.
In a way, not that he looks much like him. He reminds me of El Piche, because you always used to refer to El Piche as a bonny little horse. This guy is as solid as the day is long.
Yeah, he's been a proper little ATM. I mean, a really lovely horse. We're part owners of him, and it's, with Sunil and Ashney. So he's been a real pleasure to own. Like you say, honest as the day is long, and I think we discussed probably a year ago what's his best trip, and keep getting told he's a July horse. He's this, he's not. Well, I don't think he is. I think he's a miler at his best, and he's got a mile here, drawn one, realistic possible weight. Not an easy race. I think Pilar possibly the one to beat there, but he'll make his presence felt. I'm sure of that.
Super. Then obviously all the newspapers are abuzz with the KOCK fever, and you start off with some handsomely represented fillies in Dagmar, Nafayas, who's obviously beaten the older girls, and Storm Destiny. You couldn't really ask for much stronger than that. Yeah,
for sure. Dagmar on a day can run. Of late exposed form, she seems to be a little just below this class, but we'll take our chances. She's in a good space, and Nafayas is a very good filly. She's got a lacquer jaw, drawn nicely close to the rail, fits in well. I expect her to run a good race. She was beaten by Ronnie's Candy, but I think she's improved a lot since that. And Storm Destiny won a good race last time over a trip too short. She had a very good prep, and I think she's going to be a horse that's going to be effective in all three legs.
Super classy and super in numbers. You've got all of Ali Assad, Arlington's Revenge from Work Riders Race to Guineas. Bahrain, he needs no introduction, having beaten Socrates. And of course, the half-brother to the Sunmet winner, Hawam.
Yeah, we'll start with Ali Assad. He's coming back from a gelding. He needed it pretty badly. He was a very big burly horse, and he's tightened up very well, and it's done him the world of good. So he's got very good form, and if he can improve on that, he must be a factor. But he's obviously entitled just to need the run slightly. Arlington's Revenge, funny enough, we're looking at the other day, is a 3-time winner, yet he's the lowest in the ratings, which is quite comical. But he's an honest horse, and he's in a really good space, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him beat most of the field home. And then Barrahin's coming off a long layoff, but he's got a lot of class. Everyone knows that already. He's had a lot of work at home, so we're really happy with his prep. Just obviously short to run, but he's also obviously people can just look forward to going through all three legs of the Triple Crown. And then Awam, he's done really well between races. His last run we freshened him up for that, and then the rain came, so he was even fresher than we thought we wanted him. And it was a tough race. They went slow and sprinted, and he showed some guts to win the race. So he's obviously a nice horse, and will obviously be competitive in all three legs.
I seem to think, without having looked at the computer form, that particular race was the day after the Lormerans Queens played. And I remember the ring in your dad's voice when he was hard-pressed to win. Look out, he'll improve lengths from this.
Yeah, obviously we had to take a pull back at him after the Dingons and just take it easy, because we have got this whole next 3 months ahead of us. We couldn't have him peaking in January. So it was really gutsy, and I thought, when a horse is challenged and they still put their head down, and everything didn't really go well for him on the day, and he still managed to get the W out of the race, the win. So it was really encouraging.
On to the Guineas. I think a very strong Guineas. On the face value, Isle in the Tree is going to battle to beat Hawam, who annihilated him the last time they met. But there's a very important change of equipment here.
Yeah, look, he's 2 stone lighter. He had the unkindest cut. Took it very, very well, and all credit to Terry Casey. Did a fantastic job. I mean, the recovery time was like next to nothing, and within a week he was back into full training. So it's improved him, no doubt about that. You know, we're under no illusions. We're certainly not expecting to win the race. But it'd be nice to see where we are in the pecking order. I wouldn't be at all surprised to see him up, say, in the top 5, looking for ground. And we've got to have a prep run somewhere, so might as well find out against the best. I do think Awam's going to be almost impossible to beat. Plus 1 or 2 others. You know, it's not a weak race by any means. We're under no illusions, but see where we are. And, you know, if we could get inside the top 5, we'd be very, very happy. And looking at his work, his demeanour since gelding, I wouldn't be surprised if he were to do that.
How would your demeanour be if you had to be gelded? And how long would it take you to recover?
Well, my demeanour, I'd be...
And then finally, in the 9th race, Dabian got punished in his penultimate start, showed a lot of resilience in his last start, a good second, and Morsoof as well accompanies him.
Yeah, Dabian is really well. To me, probably one of our better bets on the day. Hopefully, I don't jinx him by saying that, but yeah, he's a consistent horse, and he's been in good form at home. And Morsoof's got potential, but got as many problems to go with that, so he's just got to put it together. But probably Dabian is the better of the two.